Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode. I'm your host, the Millennial Investor, and today we're going over a stock that I've made many videos about in the past, and it was up over 30% yesterday. And so I decided to make this video about Beyond Meat because there's been a lot of tension on the stock recently, and basically because of the news that just came out between it and Pepsi, one of the main investments in my portfolio. I think that this is going to be a huge opportunity for both Pepsi shareholders and Beyond Meat shareholders. So in this video, we're going to go everything that has to do with Pepsi. Pepsi just happens to be one of my favorite investments in my entire portfolio, maybe even my favorite, because out of all the stocks in my portfolio, there is no company that I'm not only very bullish on like I am with Pepsi, but with Pepsi, I am such a fan as a consumer. I love the company, and I think they're going to be a great investment over the next 10 years. So this is why I am never going to sell a single share of PepsiCo. So I currently own about 3 shares of it. $135 a share is my average share price. And I'm going to talk about the direction that Pepsi is moving towards and how this new partnership with Beyond Meat relates perfectly to what this company is looking to do over the next decade. But if you're not familiar with me, if you're new to the channel, my name is Jordan. I'm the Millennial Investor. And if you want to follow along with me, I track my annual and monthly dividend income through these two charts right here. Right now, I currently have almost $300 worth of annual dividend income, as well as producing about $31 in monthly dividend income last month in December. We're about to update this for January, by the way. And on these bottom two charts, we also track my portfolio value and my monthly YouTube income on a monthly basis. I know the portfolio value is going to be much higher, maybe even all the way up to $10,000, and the monthly YouTube income should be a lot higher as well, probably around $400 or $500. But if we go ahead and go back here to M1 Finance, this is the brokerage that I use. The shares that I own Pepsi on is through this online brokerage called M1 Finance. And why it's so important that you pay attention to this part right here is that you see this link right here, see this link that I'm pointing my mouse on, and do you see this number, 76? We've referred 76 people, and then on January 31st, this promotion ends. Normally, this company gives out $10 for every person that I sign up, but right here, $30 for just getting signed up. If you just deposit $100 to the platform, you get $30 just for getting started. So we've had a lot of people sign up this month in January. This is the last time you'll see me post a video in January, so go ahead and get signed up now, because if you wait until the next video, you're going to miss out on that opportunity. But this is going to be a fun one, guys, and let's go ahead and look into the company Pepsi. I'm currently up 7% on it, and Pepsi has raised its dividend every single year for decades on end. And so I just want to take a moment to look at the dividend history for Pepsi. We're on their investor relations page right here. And back to 2001, what was it? February 1st of 2001, they paid out 14 cents to shareholders. 14 cents got raised to 14 and a half, and then it went to 15, then it went up to 16, to 23 cents, to 26 cents, to 30, to 37 and a half, 42 and a half, 45 cents, 48 cents, 51 and a half, 53.75, 56.75, 65 and a half cents, 70.25 cents, 75.25 cents, 80.5, 92.75, 95.5, and $1.02 and 25 cents. So you've seen just since the turn of the last century, they went from 14 cents all the way up to $1.02, and they're due for another dividend raise here in about 3 or 4 months from now. So this company has an awesome track record. They have incredible cash flows and continue to find ways to increase shareholder wealth through the form of these dividend payments. And that's what I'm looking forward to here for me as an investor, and that's why I own shares in them. But not only that, there's lots of other things why I love this company. And I think when a lot of people that don't know Pepsi, when they don't know all the brands that this company has to own, I think it's really surprising having them see how many different brands they own. But before I get into the brands that they own, I want to talk about this new partnership. Beyond Meat shares soar 26% as company teams up with PepsiCo to make plant-based snacks and drinks. Beyond Meat and PepsiCo announced Tuesday that they formed a joint venture to create, produce, and market snacks and drinks with plant-based substitutes. Shares of Beyond Meat jumped as much as 31% in the morning trading on the news, while Pepsi stock rose as much as 1%. The run in Beyond Meat may have been helped by hedge funds rushing to cover their bets against the stock, a trend unfolding in many heavily shorted names this year. More than 38% of the Beyond Meat shares available for trading are sold short, according to FactSet. So Beyond Meat exploded over a 30% upwards move, and it shot all the way up to, I believe it was $220 a share was roughly the high. And I've made many videos about this companies in the past. I'm a huge fan of them. I've considered investing in them many times, even though it's not a dividend paying stock. But I love this company. And this fits perfectly into the direction that Pepsi is wanting to move forward in towards. Now, they're all focused on sustainability. When you're a company like Pepsi, what is their value right now? It's about $200 billion. So right now, Pepsi has a value of $196 billion. So yeah, a $200 billion company that just produces drinks and snacks. So a company of this size, it is really hard for them to scale. So what they really have to focus on at this stage in their growth story is sustainability. This company is not going to double in size next year. It's not going to triple in size the next 5 years. But this company is a slow grower, growing at 1 to 5% probably every single year. Now, over time, that is how that dividend payment continually gets raised. That's how the share price continually goes up. And this is why, as a shareholder, this is what's really appealing to me as a Pepsi shareholder. But if we go back here to the sustainability tab, I just want to show just really quickly, I just want to scroll through some of the main projects that they've done, going back to all the way to 2006, about how they're looking at maintaining sustainability, going back to the last decade or two, okay? So in 2006, Pepsi launches its Performance with Purpose, integrating sustainability into its daily business operations. After that, in 2009, Naked Juice announces plans to become the first nationally distributed brand to transition to a 100% rPET bottle in the US. In 2009, they also did a launch of Food for Good, an employee-led program that makes nutritious foods more accessible to low-income children. And then in 2010, they launched their first all-electric delivery trucks once they started hitting the road. In 2012, they won a prestigious Stockholm Industry Water Award. In 2013, Pepsi launched a sustainable farming program, which now engages more than 40,000 farmers globally. In 2016, Pepsi United Kingdom delivers 50 and 5, 50% reduction in carbon and water in 5 years. In 2016, Pepsi launches 2025 sustainability agenda with refreshed goals designed to meet changing consumer and societal needs, okay? In 2016, they also achieved 25% operational water use efficiency goal ahead of the target date. And then in 2017, they also did a first demonstration farm opened in India, which in 2020 over 2,030 farms around the world are testing and sharing best practices. In 2018, Pepsi piloted an industrial compostable snack bags in Chile, India, and in the US. And then in 2018, they also launched an all-in-on recycling, a largest ever industry-wide residential recycling challenge, which raises over $25 million in matching funds and catalyzes $100 million in investment. In 2018, they also did another thing. They also acquired SodaStream, which is not only very good for their sustainability, but they also are getting a lot of revenue growth in that category as well through SodaStream. They are the largest sparkling water brand in the world by volume. In 2019, they won the prestigious Climate Leadership Award. In 2019, they also did a first ever green bond. Proceeds from the US $1 billion offering will fund key sustainability initiatives. So this gives more opportunity for investors that are wanting to focus on bonds that initiate more green incentives. And then in 2020, they started doing other things as well. They announced that snacks and drinks will be made with renewable electricity in the US by the end of 2020 and sets a new target to source 100% of renewable electricity globally across direct operations by 2030 and entire global operations by 2040. And then in 2020, they also exceeded safe water access goal 5 years ahead of schedule, delivering safe water to 44 million people in underserved communities since 2006, and set an ambitious new target to deliver safe water access to 100 million people by 2030. And then last but not least, we have Pepsi signs the UN Global Contract Business Ambition for 1.5 degrees Celsius pledge. Now that was a lot, but basically you get the point that we look at here is that companies like Pepsi are focused on ESG, safe investing, sustainability models. This company is focused on the long term. This is not a short-term company. A lot of the goals that we just mentioned, and that this company is focused on 2030, 2040, 10, 20, 30 years out into the future is where this company is looking. And that's why a company like Beyond Meat fits perfectly with that. Now, before we go into Beyond Meat and we look at their other partnerships as well, let's talk about all the partnerships and products that companies like Pepsi have. I think a lot of people that aren't familiar with Pepsi are shocked to realize in the beginning how many brands this company actually has, because I think a lot of people hear Pepsi and they just think of, well, Pepsi. That's all they think of. And I'll just go really quickly over all the brands that this company has. They have Pepsi, Pure Leaf, Mountain Dew, Bubbly, Gatorade, Tropicana, Naked, SodaStream, Lipton. They have a partnership with Starbucks. They have Aquafina. They have Brisk, Kavita, LifeWater, Sierra Mist, Stubborn Root Beer, Izzy, Propel, One, Sobe, Mug Root Beer. And if we go further to their snack food business, which has also been a growing category faster than that of their beverage business, they have Lay's, they have Doritos, Stacy's Potato Chips, Quaker Oats, Bear, Sabra, Ruffles, Smart Food, Cheetos, Tostitos, Fritos, Near East, Imagine, Sun Chips, Smart Food, Off the Eaten Path, Rolled Gold, Miss Vicky's, Himalayan Pink Salt, Cracker Jack, Nut Harvest, Life, Matador Jerky, Chewy, Santitas, Funyuns, Captain Crunch, Pastaroni, Rice Roni, Maui Style, Submarine-Tones, Munchies, Munchos, Grandma's Cookies, Aunt Jemima, and the only one that is not listed here on the beverage section is that in the beverages they also just bought out Monster Energy, the energy drink category. So that is all the brands that Pepsi has to own. And if you look at all of these, the 20, 30, 40, 50 different brands that Pepsi has to own, you can tell that a lot of these are probably going to be around for the long term because we're talking about some of the biggest brands on earth. Lipton Iced Tea, Tropicana, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, my favorite. All of these top brands are global brands that are known worldwide, and especially in the US where I'm from, are extremely dominant, including their new brand of SodaStream of sparkling water, which is growing very rapidly. So that is why a company like Beyond Meat, and as well as a new partnership we're going to talk about, is very important for a company like Pepsi. Now I want to read the mission statement of Beyond Meat. I love their company, I love their CEO, I love their vision as a company, and this is on their main investor relations page. This says, "Our mission. We believe that there is a better way to feed our future and that the positive choices we all make, no matter how small, can have a great impact on our personal health and the health of our planet. By shifting from animal to plant-based meat, we can positively impact four glowing global issues, and that is improve human health, positively impact climate change, address global resource constraints, and improve animal welfare," which is their fourth little bullet point right here, which is their logo of the company. But a company like Beyond Meat is focused on ESG, sustainability, the future. This is a company that is very innovative, and I think it is perfect for Pepsi to be partnering with a company like Beyond Meat that has a massive percentage of this category. I think it is great as an investor in both Pepsi and Beyond Meat. I think this is going to be beneficial to both categories. And just to supplement my point here with Beyond Meat, I want to talk about how popular Beyond Meat products are. Because if we go here to the 2019 annual report, which I've showed this in past videos talking about Beyond Meat, what I wanted to do is I very quickly wanted to highlight their net revenues for Beyond Meat. I know that this video is about Pepsi, but I just wanted to highlight this real quick to show how successful some of Beyond Meat's products are. Because this company has a great vision, its employees and its customers both can see the vision that the company is looking towards, and this is why they have incredible products that are growing at an incredibly fast pace. So these numbers are in thousands, and in 2016 they did 16 million in revenue, okay? In 2017 they did 32.5 million in revenue, over a double up right there, okay? In 2018 they went from 32.5 million to almost $88 million. Well over a double up. That's about a 2.5 times in revenue in 365 days. And then they went from 88 million in revenue up to almost $300 million in revenue. That is a massive jump up, over tripling their revenue in 1 year. And in 2020, they did get hit a little bit from the recession and from this pandemic and the shutdowns. But regardless, this company is still growing at a massive pace. And I'm sure the 2021 numbers, well, I wouldn't be surprised if they did $500 million in revenue, if not more. Probably even more than that, to be honest. Now, let's go ahead and close out Beyond Meat, and I want to talk lastly about one more thing with Pepsi. They have a stake in Danimer Scientific. Now, really quickly, I want to go ahead and show their stock and show how well they've performed. Okay, so really quickly, before we go any further, I want to highlight Danimer Scientific stock, okay? It is about $50 a share, and this just shows companies like Pepsi are investing in companies that are once again focused on ESG, sustainability, the future, and it's not only that, but are very successful, very high revenue growth areas, including Danimer is no exception to this. So when we scroll down here, this is basically how it works. Let me just show you this 13 little second clip. Polymers are added to the extruder, okay? A chemical reaction occurs during the extrusion operation, and then finished resin and palletized, packaged, and shipped. So this company produces a wide array of products, and its range of applications varies quite heavily. Some of the main products that they can produce with their new type of plastics are straws, cups, lids, bottles, produce bags, shopping bags, utensils, diaper linings, plates, wipes, toys, trash bags, seals, labels, glues, and much more. So the first couple, straws, cups, lids, bottles, those four, does that not sound like a company that uses billions, and yes with a B, billions of cups, straws, lids, bottles. You're looking at them, Pepsi. So this company has a huge, awesome scientific team that is focused on producing this new type of plastic that is not only going to be much better for the environment, but is even going to be cheaper for Pepsi to use. So that means two things. Sustainability is on point, and this company is looking at becoming even more profitable if the science team behind Danimer Scientific becomes successful with their new biotechnology, with their new products with plastics. So that is just another wild card for Pepsi, and even if this company isn't successful, I'm sure they'll find a new plastic company to reinvent the way that they use their traditional bottle system. And regardless of that, even if I'm wrong, the way that this company is constantly reinvesting into new categories with its new products, has a wide array of brands, and is constantly looking for new ways to just become more profitable as we become more and more integrated as a society, Pepsi is one that I'm definitely going to be betting on for the long term. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, this is the last time in January you will be able to get this $30 offer. So take advantage of it now, and I'll see you guys next time.